What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new Football Manager 2016 video. I'm going to be doing another player experiments video for you guys today, and it's one of the, I'd say, more controversial ones. It's not controversial like Paul Pogba, but it's more to do with the players. You know, he's very young and he's English and he's not really proven himself. If you don't know by now, it's John Stones, the centre-back or right-back, wherever you want to play him. I believe he's going to be a centre-back at City. He has been at Everton as well. He's moving, as I've just said, from Everton to Manchester City, and the fee is believed to be around, once again, around £40 million for a 22-year-old, I believe he is, 22 years of age, England centre-back. Now, I say he's not really proved himself. Obviously, he's broke into the England team. He's obviously playing regularly at Everton, but I mean, there are a lot of question marks over his ability, especially from Evertonians. Now, whether that's just because they knew he wanted to leave last season for Chelsea or whether he did actually have poor performances. Whenever I've watched him, he's not looked great, but he's not looked horrendous, so we'll jump into this anyway. Basically, as you can see on screen right now, he's at Manchester City. Apparently his value is £23.5 million. I'm going to give him 3 years, as I always do. Let's just take a quick look at anything else. He's not injured right now, so he will, go straight into pre-season with Man City. He is a ball-playing defender. I'm just going to highlight some of his key attributes. He looks quite a decent all-round player. Obviously, we all know about him. So, without any further ado, let's jump 1 year into the future, see how he does at his first season at Manchester City, and we'll go from there. Before we do jump 1 year into the future, be sure to drop a like and comment on this video, any of the players you want me to do, and be sure to subscribe to the channel before you do anything else. Okay, so as you can see, we are 1 more year into the future. It is 5th of June 2016, so obviously it's around now, or we've just gone past then, but obviously this is 2016's version of Football Manager. So, as you can see, I'm just on the Manchester City tactics page. John Stones appears to have started. That is quite a strong, 11, so you'd imagine that's the first team. Why Company is playing in centre mid, I do not know. I'm guessing he was probably there and Gundogan was up there. But as I said, John Stones started, so let's take a bit more of a detailed look at Stones' first season at City. First thing I notice, I always forget, but I do believe his value has gone up. It's £25 million now. It was literally 10 seconds ago, but I think it was 22.5, something like that. So, anyway, without any further ado, let's look at his stats. So, in the league, he made 26 appearances, 24 of which were starts and 2 from the substitute bench. He actually got 2 assists. He got 5 player of the match performances, which is more important for a defender. It's not really about goals or assists. Player of the match performances, as I said, 5 in the league. He got 3 yellow cards, which is very, very disciplined. To play 26 games as a centre-back and only get 3 yellow cards, it's quite impressive. He made 5.29 tackles per game, 88% passing accuracy, does not dribble much, 0.04 dribbles per game, shooting, shots on target 6%, fouls 31, but the more important thing was his average match rating in the league was a 7.72, so that's very, very high to be fair. I'd imagine he's ranked with maybe the top 10 players. I'll take a look at that in just a moment. We'll go to the Premier League and have a look at that. As for the Cup, 4 appearances, all starts. He actually got a goal in the Cup. He got 1 player of the match performance. I'd imagine that's when he scored his goal. 5.25 average tackles per game, so obviously around the same marker. 87% passing accuracy, again, same marker really. He doesn't dribble, apparently. He just doesn't dribble in the Cup or Continental games. Shooting accuracy, a bit better, well, a lot better, 50%. Fouls 4. 7.93 average match rating, so he's consistently hitting them heights of, very, very upper echelon, average match rating. As for Continental, 3 starts, 1 appearance from the substitute bench, no goals, no assists, no pens, no player of the matches, 2 yellow cards, 0 red, which is quite strange. He only picks up 3 yellow cards in 26 appearances in the league, but gets 2 in 4 in the Champions League. I'd imagine it was, unless they went into the Europa League or something like that, and that's when he got played. But 88 again, passing accuracy, 5.05 for tackles, so obviously very consistent performance, 7.35 average match rating. He only played once for England, and he got a 6.35 average match rating, so obviously not the best average match rating there for England. we shall. Let's see if he picked up any injuries. So that's 2015. So no, he didn't actually pick up any injuries, to be fair to him. What did I say I was going to look at? Let's actually take a look at how Manchester City done in the tournaments. So as for the Premier League, they came second. So the media predicted them to finish first, but they finished 5 points behind local rivals Manchester United. Obviously, they're going to be disappointed with that. Probably too many defeats, 6 defeats and 6 draws. You're not going to be too pleased with that. They lost at home to Man United. Did they? Yeah, they drew away to Man United as well, so they didn't manage to pick up a victory against United at all. They were 5 points clear of Tottenham and 9 points clear of Liverpool in 4th, as well actually as Arsenal, who were in 5th. Obviously, Liverpool getting 4th on goal difference. Champions League, they were knocked out in the first knockout round by Bayer Leverkusen. Juventus went on to win that tournament. They were knocked out in the 3rd round of the FA Cup by Everton and the 4th round of the Capital One Cup by Arsenal. United and Chelsea went on to win them tournaments retrospectively. Let's just go to Premier League and go to player detailed, I believe it will be, and we're looking for average rating. I said Stones would be in the top 10. He was 5th. Obviously, a lot of City players in there. Only one United. Says quite a lot, doesn't it? Maybe City performed better than it shows. Who's the top scorer? Aguero with 26 goals. Zlatan Ibrahimovic obviously going to be up there as well. But as for John Stones' first season at Manchester City, very, very successful in my opinion. Probably would have liked a bit of silverware to come along with it. Maybe he can get that in the second season. We're about to find out. Okay, so we are one more season ahead. And once again, I'm starting off on the Manchester City tactics page. And as you can see, John Stones is right there in centre-back yet again. There's quite a few changes to this team, I believe. Yeah, there's a few. I can see 4 at least. But John Stones, as I said, started centre-back. So you'd imagine he's, started all season. We'll go and look at his profile. £24 million value. I remember very distinctly this time he was 25 last season, so he has come down in value ever so slightly. 23 years of age, so I'd still believe he's got his best footballing years well ahead of him. He's not even going to reach his peak just yet, in my opinion. Still classed as a ball-playing defender. Let's take a look at his history. So, as for Premier League appearances, he didn't actually play as many times this season. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Maybe he was injured, maybe he was out of favour. But 16 starts and 3 appearances from the bench. He actually got 2 goals and 2 player of the match performances. Only 1 yellow card, so sticking with that very, very consistent of not getting booked. He made a lot less tackle, well, 1 per game less than last season. But when you look at that over a prolonged season, it works out in 19. So it is kind of quite a lot of less tackles in comparison to last season in the Premier League. 85% passing accuracy. 0.12 on the dribble in front, 70% shooting accuracy, a lot higher this time in the league. 18 fouls, 7.39 average match rating, not quite at the height of last season. I don't think he'd be in the top 10 for that this season. We'll have a look, but I don't think he would have. As for the cup competitions, 5 appearances in the cup, 1 player of the match performance, 1 yellow card, 5.16 tackles per game, 86 passing accuracy. I'm going to leave the dribbling and shoot. Someone was at the front door, had to go and see who it was. Anyway, we were up to average match rating for the cup, 7.80, so very, very high there, but obviously only 5 appearances. As for continental football, 6 starts, 1 appearance from the bench, no goals, no assists, no yellow cards, nothing like that. 7.21 average match rating, so pretty impressive. Not reaching the heights, it's the lowest of all of them. And for England, 9 appearances, 2 player of the match performances, so a lot better than last season. Obviously, he would have had the Euros involved in this one. I believe he would have. Maybe it was. I'm not too sure if it gets involved in this one or last one. I think it's this one. So 7.87 average match rating. Very, very good performance there for John Stones. We'll see if he got injured because obviously there's a lot less appearances in the league this campaign. We want to find out why. So he only had a cold and it was for 2 days, so that's not the factor. Maybe he was more in a first team, like what Liverpool done this season just gone, with the Europa League team being the A team and the Premier League team being the B team towards the end of the campaign, so maybe that's why he had more continental appearances. But having said that, he only had 6, so I can't see City getting very far. So I'm not too sure for his, him not being included. Let's take a look at how City done on a whole, competitions-wise. Okay, so not the best performances for Man City. I'm just looking across the whole. Yeah, no silverware. They came 4th in the Premier League, 70 points. Again, wow, they actually drew a load of games. That will be the big downfall. They shouldn't be drawing that many games. You know, compared to the teams around them, no one drew more games than them inside the top 9. Liverpool in 10th did. There's not actually many teams in the league that drew more than them. There's there's 2 teams in the whole league that drew more than Man City, so they'll be disappointed with that. 15 points behind local rivals Manchester United, who were once again eventual champions. Chelsea and Arsenal also higher than them. In the Champions League, they were knocked out in the quarterfinals by Real Madrid, who went on to win the tournament. And they got close, but not quite close enough in both the FA Cup and Capital One Cup, reaching both semi-finals, being knocked out by Stoke and Manchester United. Both tournaments were won by Newcastle. And as for the Community Shield, they were runner-up to Manchester United. We'll take a quick look at the Premier League just to see where he was ranked in terms of his average match rating, if he was at all. I can't even remember what it was. It was here. So I said he won't be inside the top 10. Yeah, he's not even inside the top 20, but that's actually a minimum of 25 games played, so maybe that's why. But he was around 7.3, so he still wouldn't have even made it on there. So not the best of second seasons for John Stones. He probably had a better first season, but we'll jump one more season into the future and see exactly how he gets on in his final season at Manchester City. Okay, so we have completed John Stones' 3rd and final season at Man City, and as you can see, yet again, he is a starter in the team, but he's actually switched over to the left-hand side. Whether he played that left-sided centre-back for the whole season, I'm not too sure. We'll look into that if we can. One thing I do notice, there's a lot more appearances just from looking at this, so we will dive straight into Stones and we'll go to his history. So as I said, a lot more appearances, 27 in the Premier League, 24 starts, 3 from the bench, 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 player of the match performances, only 3 yellow cards, 4.19 tackles per game, 84% passing accuracy, 7.35 average match rating. So he still didn't really reach the heights of the first season, but he got more, he reached the same level of consistency, which he didn't in the second season. So you kind of, you're kind of getting the best of both things there. And for a centre-back, you don't really need them to be playing 8s, which he was close to playing in the first season. You just want them at 7s, because then they're not really having to do that much. And the things they do have to do, they're doing quite well. As for the Cup, 6 starts, 1 from the bench, 2 player of the match performances, 1 yellow card, 5.15 tackles per game, 85% passing accuracy, and a 7.86 average match rating, so very high there for John Stones. Obviously liked playing in the Cup this season. Now this says that City got quite far in one of the continental tournaments. They played 11 games and, well, Stones played 11 games and he had 1 appearance from the bench, 1 goal, 1 assist, 1 player of the match, 1 yellow card, 4.92 average tackles per game, 86% passing accuracy, and a 7.89 average match rating, so once again very, very high average match rating. One thing that's quite interesting, he made 6 international appearances, obviously for England, 3 goals, so 1 in 2 for a centre-back. You can't complain at that. A 7.78 average match rating for England, so obviously a lot more games for John Stones this season, I believe 46 in total, and then obviously you have the pre-season. I don't know if that's included in there, I'm not going to do the adding up. Let's take a look if he had any injuries. So he did, and it was around November time, so that's impressive that he's made that many more appearances, having had 4 weeks out. He would have missed the busy December period as well, where there's a lot of games to be played there, so he may have gone towards 60 games this season if he wasn't out for 4 weeks with a hernia. So, John Stones seems to be finding his feet quite well at Man City. They obviously rate him very highly because he is a starter, so we'll see how Man City done anyway on the whole. So we'll go to senior squad. Much better league performance. Still not getting to Man United, who have now won 3 back-to-back league titles, I believe with similar points every single season. 85 points for United, 79 for Manchester City, who finish in second, with Tottenham and Arsenal in 3rd and 4th. They were only 1 point ahead of Tottenham, however they were 7 ahead of Arsenal. As for the Champions League, they were knocked out in the group stages. I don't even need to say anything about that, that's poor. Juventus went on to win that. Obviously, they came third because they did slip into the Europa League, got to the semi-finals, but were knocked out by eventual runners-up Valencia. They were runners-up to Inter Milan. As for the FA Cup, they won that. I'll come back to that in a minute. They were knocked out in the 4th round of the FA Cup by Watford, who did actually go on to win the tournament. As for this FA Cup final, we shall take a quick look. John Stones actually got player of the match. He got a 9 average match rating, so obviously a very good game for him. He didn't get a goal or an assist. He must have just performed very, very solid in that cup final, which is what you want to see. You know, when you're paying so much money for this type of player, you want them to be the standout performer. So, you know, City will be happy on that front. We'll just go into the Premier League as I have done. What average match rating did Stones actually get? I can't remember. We'll go back. For the Premier League, I don't think I picked whether he would be in the... Okay, so we got a 7.35. I don't think he'll be in the top 20 again, or top 25, whatever it is, but we'll soon find out. We'll go to stats. We'll go to player detailed. Average match rating. Sergio Aguero with the highest. And yeah, John Stones does not make the cut for the top 20 highest average match rating for players. But on the whole, in my opinion, John Stones has played excellently for Manchester City. Excellently? Is that even a word? He's played very, very well for Manchester City after 3 years. So, successful signing in my opinion. But that is all for this video. As I said earlier on, drop a like, comment and subscribe if you like these type of videos. Be sure to hang around on the channel for a lot more Football Manager videos for the rest of Football Manager 2016 and going into Football Manager 2017, along with FIFA 17 videos when that game drops, I believe late September. And I believe Football Manager is going to be early November. Don't hold me to that, but I think that's when they are. But thank you all for watching. Check out the rest of the videos in this playlist. There'll be a link down below in the description. There'll also be a link down below in the description to a load of different videos that I've made, including like Football Manager guides and Wonder Kid series, so on, stuff like that. Just check out the the description. It's a great place. You find loads of different stuff there. It'll keep you entertained for quite a while. But thank you all for watching. Until next time, goodbye.